Houston, we have Beck. Now, you know that tune. Talk show host Glenn Beck is broadcasting his national show from the KTRH studios today. He's joining us this morning here in our studio to tell us about what he's got planned while he's in Houston.
Welcome to Houston, Glenn Beck.
How are you?
You're going to take the town by storm, I'm sure.
I am looking forward to being with a bunch of really good friends and Texans tonight.
Oh, so much to talk about. First thing I want to know is, were you concerned about the snoozing air traffic controller as you boarded your plane?
Always. Living in New York, they need to build another airport, but nobody will allow it to be built in not in my town. And they're landing planes, I think it's once every 45 seconds. And the safest you can be, or the least safe you can be, is one every 30 seconds. Humans can't land them any faster than they're landing them in New York. And it's always a nightmare. You just come in New York, you're like, okay, good.
And they're all using old technology.
And they're all
too.
awake.
Yeah.
And they're all awake.
Well, you're used to do a lot of comedy. You still do some in your shows. You're doing politics.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
So here you're in town. You're going to do a lot of comedy.
We're trying to. We've got Pat and Stu are going to be joining me tonight, and we're really just going to concentrate on just having some laughs. You know, the world is so upside down, but we just like to laugh and have a good time. I haven't done comedy in so long, and people are like, I don't really understand you and anything funny. Now that you say that, I don't think I have said anything, but we're all going to die for quite some time now.
So everybody's just going to breathe and have a good time.
Yeah,
well, for those who've never been to one of your shows, what can they expect, Glenn?
I don't know how to explain it. Just a good time.
Fasten your seatbelt.
You fasten your seatbelt. We'll have a good time and have some hard laughs and, speak the truth and just have a good time.
Some stand up, some sit down, some fall down, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of I don't know if anybody remembers the Will Rogers, but that kind of feel.
Homespun stuff, huh?
Yeah.
You don't get to Houston often enough. You should have been here for our rodeo.
Oh, I would have loved to. Somebody I know was on my staff, I think, came down for the rodeo. I was just in Texas. I've been spending more and more time in Texas.
Next up, the Final Four. See, we've always got something going on for you.
Yeah, well, that's not for me, but the rodeo.
I mean, this is your kind of town, not New York.
Yeah, no. Texas is, we were just talking about when I lived here, everybody had a belt buckle and a hat and everything else, and we just can't lose Texas. We're losing too much of New York, New York. I wouldn't mind that, but losing too much of America. And Texans, they know their history. They're proud of their history, and there's a non-arrogant pride about Texas that I like.
Were you ready for a Texas audience tonight at your show?
Oh, yeah.
You going to take questions from them, or are you just
No. Well, you never know, but usually
we may throw them at you anyway.
Yeah, they'll throw them at me. I'll take them.
There's still a few tickets, so people can still get in if they'd like to come and see the show. And we got all kinds of information for folks at KTRH.com.
Yeah, you go to GlennBeckTours.com, and if you are active military or retired military, you and a guest get in free with your military ID while supplies last.
Very nice. Thanks for stopping by.
Nice. You bet. Thanks.
Glenn Beck there. Of course, you can hear him right here, 9 to 11. And check out those tickets and hit his show this evening for Rising Downtown Houston. Thank you, Glenn.